It's going to be filmed, not a picture, huh?
Yeah, this is
It's a
film.
picture. Don't worry.
Okay, so
So we're about to head up for the tag team event of the World Series of Poker. My dad and I, we're about to drive up, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. We're gonna see what happens here. I don't know, but let's just say he doesn't have a good history at the World Series of Poker. Those of you that know poker know that day one of the main event is like watching paint dry. And so he stood there and watched paint dry all day long. And throughout the day, I really didn't have a good day. I was a little short, and I got it in with ace king, and they turned over the two hands, and they dealt out the flop, and I missed. There's ace kings against queens, and so they dealt out the flop, and then they dealt the turn. The turn was an ace, and this guy cheered on the turn. Now, those of you that ride the rail, you know the rule. You never cheer on the turn because you don't know what's coming on the river. And so he jinxed the whole thing. Now I let him come back a little bit, and he behaved himself. So this time he's actually gonna play. Now Melanie, she didn't get to play last year, but he's gonna play. He doesn't know that. He didn't know that till just now. He's gonna play. We're gonna play. Now, if we get deep, all bets might be off. He might not be playing anymore. It might not be any fun and games. We gotta go for a bracelet. This year, we're gonna win a bracelet, and this might be the event. We might both win bracelets. That'd be awesome. So, we're ending Pop's ban. He's gonna come, he's gonna play the series, and we're gonna take it down. We're gonna take down this event.
well, I got to tell you what really happened. I thought I'd watch him for about an hour. And then about 16 and a half hours in, I saw that play that he talked about. Ace King, guy turns over queens. I said, oh man, I can't believe this has happened. Nothing on the flop. Here comes the turn, and he got an ace, so he paired his ace. And I cheered, yay! What happens? The guy got a queen on the river and knocked him out.
Woohoo! What do we have here? It's our first cash of the 2017 World Series of Poker. We got it last night in the last flight of the Colossus. And hey, listen, it's our first cash of this summer, and that's big because you want to get started off and get a cash the first weekend. That sets you up for many more cashes throughout the rest of the series, and today will be our next one. Today we're gonna play the tag team event with Pops, and we're gonna take down a bracelet together. That would be great for the first bracelet. Dad and I to win a bracelet together, so that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna head over in a few minutes, but listen, last night was a lot of fun. We had a guy at our table that just needed to be needled a little bit, and let's just say it was the first time that I've ever taken someone's chips without, well, I didn't take them, but anyway, I'll tell you the story. Sometimes players like to hoard up all of the small denomination chips, which is really great, and I'd like to do it too, because then you have all these chips and it looks great, like the pictures that I sent out last night. But the problem with that is we all need those chips to be able to play the game, right? So it starts stalling things and really screwing things up when someone wants to do that. So somebody asked this guy for change for a 500 chip, and he refused, which I knew the floor would not like because, again, it slows down the game, and that they don't like. So I called the floor over, made a big deal out of it. The floor took all of his small denomination chips, and just in a bit of poetic justice, as you escalate in the tournament and you get rid of some of those small denomination chips, they go through this thing called coloring up, which is one player at the table buys all of those small denomination chips because those are not being used anymore. And then, you know, they take those off the table and they replace them with higher denomination chips. Now, can you maybe guess who got to buy those chips? Yes, me! I got to buy them. And don't think that got, like that took maybe a half an hour. Don't think I didn't needle the crap out of him for the next half hour. Unfortunately, I never got him in the position where I could just bust him. I just didn't have hands yesterday, which is really a testament to how I played, because I was really in a tough spot in terms of what I could do, because I wasn't getting hands, and I was just at one of those kind of tables where I had to get hands. That's what you need to do in poker. You really need to adjust to the situation, whereas earlier in the day I had a lot of maneuverability in terms of what I could do. You know, the players were allowing me to do different things, and you have to be able to understand that. You have to be able to sense that. You have to be able to understand how people are perceiving what you're doing and how they're going to react to that in the future. So you have to really understand those things, and I'm making less and less mistakes as the years go on. So my dad's on his way over, but before he gets here, I just wanted to talk a little bit about what he means to me and the fact that he's always there. You know, growing up, he wouldn't miss a game, and now with his grandkids, he doesn't miss a game. He's always there. Anything that you ever ask of him, he always does, and it really means a lot to me that we're playing this tournament together. You know, I know he thought that it was kind of going to be like Melanie, where he wasn't going to play, or that I, you know, where I joke around with him about him being bad luck. But the fact is that the cards are what they are, him cheering or not cheering. And the fact that he can come and do this with me really means a lot. And I'm really looking forward to this event. It's probably going to be my favorite time of the summer. And what a dream it would be if we can make a run and win 2 World Series of Poker bracelets. If my dad and I could win 2 bracelets, that would mean more than the money or any of it. It would be honestly a dream come true. And so, you know, that's the goal. Hopefully Pops will be here soon. We won't be late to the tournament, but yeah, that's the dream, and this one's going to be really special. So make sure to like, subscribe, and follow so that you don't miss any of these vlogs throughout the series. And we're going to try to get them out as quickly as we can. Verdi and I are working on them, and we'll get there. So we'll see you over at the Rio.